Is anyone else seizuring?
You've never seen film presets before?
You're a crazy man.
Brought to you by Snoop Dogg.
'Cause it's Thriller! Thriller night!
Who you gonna call?
A better special effects company for starters.
Chewbacca Mom!
What did the first edition have? Some guy holding a sign that said boo?
How long was Coronet Films around anyway? This must be a joke.
Now this is truly terrifying.
Okay, and after we rob the bank...
Halloween is really a special time, isn't it? Especially for me. You can see why if you know who I am.
Something tells me I do not want this guy giving candy to kids.
That's me, a jack-o'-lantern. At Halloween time every year...
Holy crap, guys! What was in that candy?
It's a nice and scary time, isn't it? All those wonderful costumes and masks and makeup. I think about how much fun Halloween is.
Not really.
I also worry a little bit about the things that can spoil the fun of Halloween. Those kinds of things scare me too, but in a different way.
I feel a little hollow
For
inside.
instance,
Ow!
look next door. That's where Corey lives.
Corey,
This is scary in all the wrong ways.
Corey's going to carve a pumpkin with her dad.
Weighs 50 pounds.
That's a big one. It probably weighs close to that.
Probably.
Come on here and set it down.
Okay.
You get the paper straightened out.
And you can't prove I'm your daddy.
That's fine. Have you decided what kind of face you're going to make on it yet?
A happy face.
I'll do that.
No, that's
Now, a
the
pumpkin's
murdering
not
knife.
easy to carve.
Try that one.
I know that. You need the proper tools. But first you have to draw a face that
Yes,
you can carve.
cartoon jack-o'-lantern. Give us your expert advice
Corey's
on
doing that.
scooping out the innards of your brethren and mutilating their rinds with the proper stabby tools. This is not horrifying and creepy at all.
Then you cut the top off so you can scoop out the insides. It takes a sharp knife. And you know sharp knives can be dangerous if they're not used right. I'm glad that Corey's father is helping her. It's much safer that way.
Fortunately, Corey's dad is a huge
You gonna
tool.
get inside?
Yeah.
Go ahead and pull that off.
Ew, look.
You ever seen the inside of a pumpkin before?
Yeah. Not that way.
Hail Kali! Kalima! Kalima!
Getting my inside scooped out tickles me. It'd tickle you too.
I think the most important safety tip we'll get from this video is that the cartoon
So far,
pumpkin
it's
is
been
a
fun.
serial killer and we should
But look
burn
at
it
Corey's
with
hand.
fire.
Kinda gooey, isn't it? Corey is going to carve the face with a small knife. Can you imagine how that knife could slip and maybe cut her? I hope Corey will do the safe thing.
But I'll bet 10 to 1 against it.
Oh, yeah.
Good, that's a
Plaid
lot
paper
better.
towels for safety.
A clean, dry hand can hold a knife safely, and cut with it safely, too. Cut slowly, carefully, in small slices, and always cut away from yourself.
Who are you again?
Make sure there's an adult, or someone a lot older than you, who can help you if you need help. That's the safe way to carve a pumpkin. I'm glad Corey isn't going to spoil her Halloween fun.
But she has officially
Carve
spoiled
carefully.
ours. Thanks,
That's one
Corey.
way to have a Halloween that's fun and safe. But what about having a candle burning inside your pumpkin?
Ah!
Well, I'm sitting on brick. But a candle and a pumpkin on a wooden porch might not be safe at all. A flashlight could be a lot safer then. But it's best to stay away from lighted candles that are inside or outside of jack-o'-lanterns.
Can we stick a
You know
firecracker inside that thing?
Well, not everybody carves a pumpkin on Halloween, but just about everybody does dress up in a costume. For instance, look across the street there. Do you see what I see?
Well, not really.
That robot is Jeremy in his costume.
I see the special effects dramatically improving.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh, Jessica, it's you.
Why did you insist you make my costume, Mom? Why?
Well, it may look great from the outside, but from the inside, things don't look very good at all. Jeremy can't see very well with his robot head on, and I don't think the rest of his costume lets him walk very well. He can't bend his knees.
I swear to Jack Skellington, Pumpkin, if you take away that awesome robot costume, I'm gonna measure you for a pie crust.
It's hard for Jeremy to keep his balance.
Jeremy is an idiot.
If Jeremy went out like that, he might keep losing his balance all the time. He might fall down just anywhere, and probably everywhere.
He might get beat up by
Sidewalks hurt you when you
everyone
fall
who
on
sees
them,
him.
and so do streets. And streets are especially dangerous to fall down on. Jeremy has to be able to walk better if he doesn't want to spoil his Halloween fun.
Rock those
There,
trendy
that's
leg
better.
warmers, Jeremy.
A costume shouldn't make you trip or fall. That's not safe. It should be easy for you to move in your costume. And you have to be able to see where you're going.
Look, Jessica.
A mask that makes it hard to see could get you into all kinds of trouble.
He made his costume
There,
even
that's much
more
better.
lame.
Jeremy can see well now and move safely in his costume, too.
Let's get physical,
Oh,
physical.
look at Jessica. She can't see much with her mask on.
Let's push her in the pool.
It's too big for me.
A monster needs an ugly face. But does it have to be a mask?
Let's invite Donald Trump.
Makeup can be just as good.
Oh.
And it's always just the right size for you. Just don't get it in your eyes.
We can't afford glasses, so this is what you get.
If you're not too good at putting on makeup, get an adult to help you.
That kid is literally no
Make
help
sure
to
your mask
society
and
at all.
costume lets you see well and walk well. And they won't spoil your fun
Well,
on Halloween.
I think Leto's on.
Of course, the reason you get all dressed up at Halloween is so you can have fun going trick-or-treating. And I like to see all the children out in their costumes. But when I see them, I always hope they don't forget all they know about crossing streets safely. And I hope you don't either.
He's on a porch.
That's especially important when
How
drivers
much can
can't see
he
you well.
possibly see?
And for you to see the cars well, it's a good idea to take off your mask when you cross. Even though it may not be night yet, it's dark enough to make things outdoors hard to see. You and the cars. It makes me so happy when I see children look to their left for cars, then right for cars,
What the hell is that kid supposed to be?
then left again before they cross.
You're missing the point.
There was a point?
You mustn't forget all the safety rules you know on Halloween, and especially because it's dark. It's safest not to cross between parked cars. That can be very dangerous.
That's why we're shooting day for night.
And don't cut across yards or empty lots. When it's dark, you can't see what's there.
And remember, they might have landmines.
Remembering safety rules is very important on Halloween. There's something else that can help keep you safe outside when it's dark.
Batman.
You'll see right away.
Try to avoid ethnic neighborhoods.
Yes, just as I thought. They're coming up my walk now. The people who live in my house like to take pictures of the children who come by.
The people in your house would not go over well in 2019.
Okay, we're gonna take a picture for a treat too. Everybody smile.
No.
Now you'll see what there is about their costumes that makes it easier for drivers to see them when it's dark.
Science!
Do you see how easy it is to see the bright colors in the costumes?
Not really.
Bright colors are easier to see at night than dark colors are. But there's something else. Some parts seem to glow from the camera flash. That's how those parts will look when car headlights shine on them. Those are just pieces of special tape that reflect light
Is he
very
in
well.
blackface?
You can put tape like that on your costume and on your trick-or-treat bag. Some costumes already have reflecting material on them. Making your costume and your bag
I'm telling
easy
you,
to see
Coronet
makes
films
you
have
easy
gone
to see.
downhill.
And that's a good way to help
Which
make
I
Halloween
didn't
safe.
think was possible.
The safer Halloween is, the more fun it is, for you and for me.
Okay, kids. Want to come
That's what
back
I
to my
think.
dark room?
But some people have a strange idea of fun. They think it's fun to mess up other people's things with paint.
Aw, Pumpkin. You're so innocent.
They don't think about how the people feel whose things are ruined.
Wait. This is a Coronet film? From the 1980s?
And some people think it's fun to throw things at cars and houses and buildings.
Have some protein.
But the people whose things they're messing up don't. I don't either.
I carry a
It
badge.
isn't fun to spoil other people's things and make them unhappy. Some people even think it's fun to smash pumpkins.
Now I'm traumatized.
Now you're traumatized?
Oh no, that's not fun. Not for all the people who work so hard carving pumpkins, and especially not for us pumpkins.
I was pretending to be the pumpkin.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Wow, that was close. Some people don't know what fun really is. I do. And I'll bet you
I
do
don't
too.
want to know what he thinks
I know
fun
they do.
is.
Trick-or-treating is always fun. But there are some things you should remember to help keep it fun.
I have lots of
One
holes,
thing is to always
and
go
I'm
out with
empty
friends.
inside.
And have an adult come along, too. Don't ever trick-or-treat alone.
2. If you're a girl, make sure you're dressed as a slut.
And if someone you don't know very well invites you in,
Look, tonight. Would you like to come in? I have more treats inside.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
that's right. Say, no thanks.
But feel free to take the
And don't
creepy
eat the
person's
treats while
candy.
you're
What
collecting
could
them.
possibly go
Stay
wrong?
in your own neighborhood. Don't get too far from home. Don't worry, you'll
The
collect enough
movie
treats.
is moving in fast forward. Best short ever.
People are expecting you.
Switch costumes and go back.
And even if you don't stop at houses with no outside lights on, which you shouldn't, you'll have a wonderful time at Halloween.
And the Blue Man Group was
Some of
formed.
you will probably still be out when it's really dark. That's when flashlights are an especially good idea.
That's when the
To
disco
help you
music
watch out for
kicks in.
places you might fall or stumble over if you didn't see them.
Or find a dead
But
body.
remember, don't shine those flashlights into anybody's eyes,
Hypocrite.
especially a driver's eyes. That could be dangerous. It isn't hard to have a safe Halloween.
Do an Abbey Road impression.
Just look how easy it is to see those children when they cross. They wouldn't want an accident to spoil their Halloween fun. I wouldn't want that to happen to them. Trick-or-treating is almost over this Halloween for Corey and Jessica and Jeremy. It's almost time for them to head for home.
But it's time for the rest of the kids to
But what do you do
party.
with all the treats you've collected? A lot of them are things to eat, of course. But you don't eat them all. At least not right away. That's for
Apples
sure.
are lame, so throw them away.
And there might be some you won't want to eat at all. Get a grown-up to help you decide.
Your candy
or at least
determines your
someone a
social
lot
status
older
for the next 3 months.
You see, some people think it's fun to play tricks with your treats. Watch out for candy wrappers that have been torn or punctured.
And somehow
be
the
a sign
most
of
suspicious
tampering.
items in this bag are the apples and the orange.
There might be things in the candy. So break open candy bars before you eat them.
Or just don't eat it.
Cut fruit into pieces before you eat it, just in case something's been stuck in it. Watch out for things that look like candy, but might be medicines or drugs, or even poisons.
Broken glass on the
Don't
lawns,
eat anything
drugs
that
in the
doesn't look
trick-or-treat bags,
If it looks funny,
hallucinations of
it might not be
cartoon
so funny
pumpkins.
if you ate it.
Welcome to the dark
Treats are
underbelly of
so much fun to
suburbia.
collect. It'd be awful to have them spoil your Halloween fun by making
Corey
you
is
sick.
now a boy, apparently.
Corey's treats won't make her sick, and I hope yours won't make you sick either. I hope you can have the most fun you've ever had this Halloween. Halloween can be a scary time.
Ah!
Not because of witches or ghosts that we know aren't real,
Says the talking
but
pumpkin.
because of real things that can spoil our fun. Just remember these few important things I've told you about.
Hepatitis B.
Carve your pumpkin carefully.
And don't pose for creepers.
Make sure that you can see,
Don't pose for creepers.
and make sure people can see you.
And don't pose for creepers.
Remember all your safety rules, and take off your mask when you cross a street.
Don't pose for creepers.
Trick or treat!
Trick or treat in your own neighborhood, and don't keep any treats that don't look right.
Oh, and don't pose for creepers.
If you can do all that, then you won't have to worry about scary, real things happening on Halloween.
What about
Right?
say thank you?
Right.
Still not as scary as evil Casper from earlier.
Holy crap! Did we just witness a supernatural murder? Who do we call for that? Anyone know who to call? Seriously, who we gonna call? Guys? Guys?